I've recently demonstrated here on YouTube that even someone on a low income can actually create with some very basic technology a photovoltaic electric solar panel which they can use to run back their meter or cut down their energy bills. I've demonstrated it. It is basically a fax. Now, my existing GoFundMe link is still active, but I do get the feeling that I was expressing myself in a manner which could be interpreted by some people as being quite selfish. So I have created a new GoFundMe page which I think expresses the long-term goal better. I've recently been having a look at the Charities Commission page here in the UK, and I've been doing some research into what it actually takes to create a proper registered and properly set up not-for-profit organisation or charity, and that is the goal which I will be primarily working towards. Yes, I will still be doing various forms of personal research and development, including the creation of more solar panels, finding new and better ways of creating solar panels, and so on and so forth. But I'm just going to read out to you what I've written on this new GoFundMe page. It says at the top there, creating an alternative energy charity, which is of course what I'm trying to do here. Practical Environmental Research and Development, or PERAD for short. The emphasis is on practical use for normal people and not just raising awareness. Practicality should also include affordability for those on a sub-middle class income and ideally down to the unemployed. Mission statement. To perform research and development into methods of producing low-cost alternative energy devices. To research and develop food production and storage methodologies. To research and develop water creation, gathering and storage and purification technologies. To research and develop technologies that can replace modern high-tech solutions but to still maintain a degree of convenience. To research and develop nutritious diets that are healthy and at low cost and in many cases use sustainable technologies. To demonstrate that practical small-scale alternative solutions are something that can be done by most ordinary people, including those on a low income. To assist in the promotion not just of awareness, but of practical methods of alternative living that can be used by the householder, and thus to assist in changing the culture within the westernized world from consumerism to a new environment-centered model of life. To attempt to design systems that even renters can use. To assist in the creation of communities who wish to gain food, water and energy security even in urban settings. To show that an environmentally centered model of living need not drastically curtail the quality of life that we have in the westernized countries. To explain and to educate. Number 1. Techniques for the creation of the aforementioned devices and technologies. Number 2. To provide methods whereby people with a good cash flow but low income can create such devices and use such technologies. Number 3. To explain how to fit these changes into one's lifestyle and to select the right methods, devices and technologies, considering local environmental restrictions such as climate, space, etc., and personal restrictions such as time, career, family, etc. And 4. To educate people how to modify their lifestyle so as to gain maximum environmental benefits without environmental living encroaching too much on modern lifestyles. Go, just go on to the next portion there. To provide, on the strength of available and collected funds, for those on a low income but the willingness to make the devices, the basic equipment required, and to loan the tools required to make the devices. So that would include the provision of soldering irons, saws and all the rest of that kind of jazz, okay? Do of course bear in mind that the tool which I used to remove the cover from the wire prior to me doing soldering was in fact just a penknife that I got from the local 99p stores. So although you do need some good tools, you can also make do with some things which are lying around the house as well. Also to provide for those on low income but the willingness to improve food security, the basic equipment required and a loan of tools that may be needed, including gardening tools, etc. To provide also for those on a low income but the willingness to improve water security, the basic equipment required and the loan of the tools that may be needed, including screwdrivers, saws, etc. and provision of online and print information to the general public to assist in the creation of such devices, to provide motivation to pursue a life that is sustainable, guidance for the spread of the technology and a way of life throughout your local communities on a local level, and to provide devices or technology for the elderly or those already suffering from energy poverty so as to assist in providing energy security, etc. The assumed benefits of this way of life being community cohesion, financial savings, environmental protection, increased food, energy and water security at a lower cost than commercially available solutions, and to increase the likelihood that lower income people will not suffer from energy poverty. This is what I think and what I believe I should be able to obtain here. I've used the internet extensively over 3 years to try and research a lot of technologies. I've worked out which ones, such as magnet motors, are basically not really worth looking into. I've looked at things which are worthwhile looking into, and of course you've already seen the fruits of some of my research, which is now sitting outside the front of the building in which I'm living, and is helping to power that light which you see, is helping to charge this camera, and is helping to run my computer. So essentially, I'm actually quite well placed to set this up. I feel that this is a good move. You can leave your comments in the comment section, but also visit the link. Thank you for your time.